Hey everyone, welcome back to The Long Dark. We're here in the Quonset Garage in Coastal Highway, starting episode 74. 74, that's what happens when a tropical cyclone becomes a hurricane. It has to hit 74 miles per hour. My goodness, I am a little bit of a nerd. That's okay. That's alright. Technically it's 63 knots if you want to be technical, but not helping my case. So, in the last episode, we went ahead, ended it off with accepting a trade from the trader. Got a new trade. You can see we got 5 harvestable plants and 2 fir firewood, which I got the 5 on me. I don't have the fir. So we're going to go back home real quick. We got a little bit of some goodies to drop off there as well. But we can also probably won't continue to organize just because I did that a lot in the last episode. We can have this too. I don't really know why, but hey, that's fine. We'll drink up here. So yeah, we'll get that trade done, and we'll probably... It's really... The one thing... I said this in the last episode, but the one thing that's really holding back progression right now... Oh, okay. The one thing that's holding back progression is really just waiting for Auroras to happen. That's kind of the one thing. Get the trade skill up, if you will. So that's kind of what we're doing, and that's a little bit of an unfortunate timing with the blizzard right there. So I'm gonna do a 2-hour sleep and see what that does for us. I think it's gonna continue. Yep. Well, I wanted to maybe try to make it home without eating one of these, but I guess I am. Let's go ahead and eat them. So keeping cattails kind of seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Because the trader clearly has a trade where cattails are involved, or at least some sort of harvestable plant. Oh, looks like the blizzard stopped. Okay, maybe it stopped. Let's take a look. Yes, it did. Okay, great. I'm out of here. Yeah, the game really makes you come through here during an Aurora. It's pretty crazy, actually. So, I'm gone. I'm gone. So, yeah, we'll go back home. I'll maybe take some stock of our cattails, do a head count, see how much we have. And then we'll grab 2 firs, and we will head over to Misanthrope. Actually, I wonder if I can maybe chop a fir around here, maybe. Can I do that without dying? I'll have to take a look. Okay, this is very risky. This is very risky, but at the same time, though, could actually save a ton of time if I get a nice little fir. Nice little fir wood here. Okay, we're close to the door-ish. Okay, I kind of assumed the risk of being attacked right there. But you know what? Doing it just saved us a ton of time, so I'm out of here. I am gone. How much fur did that give us? It gave us 3. Nice, so we'll have 1 little left over for our troubles. Yep, so I'm just going to head over to Misanthrope right now, and we're just going to drop off all of the... We're going to just drop off all of the resources for the trader, and we'll come back tomorrow night, or just tomorrow in general. And we'll see. What's that deer doing? Oh, he's just walking. Alright, I got 1 wolf out there. That's about it, though. That is about it. So I was kind of curious in between episodes, and I was wondering kind of when that wildlife die-off really happens in Stalker. And a bunch of sources, some people on Reddit said, really about after day 100, you start to really notice it. Which I can totally kind of see, because day 100 was maybe about episode... Oh goodness, what do we think? Maybe around episode 50 or so? Around episode 50 we got to day 100. So I could kind of notice it, but now is when I really notice it. One wolf out here, and then none back near Quonset. That's definitely an indication. Do I want to go up on the island, or do I want to go around? Safest and most responsible move would be to go around, so I think I'm going to do that. As long as there's no bear to say hi to me, I'm good. What is that? That's a deer, I think. Yep, that's a deer. Maybe I could have gone onto the island with relatively no problem. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how much more dangerous Misanthrope is than Jackrabbit. I feel like the blind hills on this one are a little bit just more dangerous in general than back on Jackrabbit. But Jackrabbit has blind hills too, you know. I mean, the house on the very top, you've got to come out on top of the hill, and you never know if a wolf is going to meet you there. But I just think in general, though, the wildlife spawns on Misanthrope are like a lot closer to the actual island than on Jackrabbit, because there's no wolf spawn on the island, but there is out on the ice. I think on this there is a wolf spawn out on the island here. And I only know that because I've been attacked up here before. And then you got the bear over here too, so pretty easy to see why this island would be a lot more dangerous. It is prime real estate now, though, to make a base up there, because you literally have the trading box right here. Thought I heard some footsteps. Think we're okay? Alright, well, hey. I will, I'll go ahead and give you what you want. Here's 2 of those, and then here is... where's my harvestable plant? Harvestable plants. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, hold on. I think we're going to have to grab some rose hips and such. Because that's a harvestable plant, is that not? Yeah, I think it is. I actually think it is. Let's go up here, maybe. I think I'm going to try to get some lichen. Man, I hate it up here, but I'm going to face my fear a little bit. If I have to shoot something, I will. We've been pretty good on our ammo usage, though. I do have to say. Alright. I know the deer's up here. Oh, look at all this lichen. Oh, yes. We'll see if this counts as harvestable plant. Lichen's kind of a plant, right? I don't think it really is. But I'm just going to grab it anyway. Be a nice addition to our base as well. After that one episode where we literally got attacked by the cougar twice, and pretty much almost died, I'm not going to go anywhere without a lot of lichen. Alright. So with that bear not in town, I do feel a little more comfortable walking around here. But I'm still not going to act like I own the entire place. This island's actually kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like Misanthrope. If we didn't settle down in Jackrabbit, and we were still looking for a place to stay, I actually would honestly maybe choose here on Misanthrope. Especially, the selling point for me is the fact that the trade box is literally right down the path there. So that's a really nice thing. Is there any... I don't see any like rose hips or such, so maybe I'll take a bet on the lichen being the 5 that I need. We'll take a look. If not, I guess it's not a huge deal, but I didn't realize harvestable plants didn't include cattails, because that's a little weird. It's a little strange. Alright, let's see if lichen counts. If not, not a huge deal. It does count. Nice. Ready trade. Okay, great. So we're going to get an Aurora this evening. So, you know, let's just prepare for that. Go back home, dump our inventory. Maybe take a little nap too. We are doing pretty good for energy this late into the day. So maybe I won't sleep. That's alright, we'll find something to do. Also need to kind of start fishing a little more as well. That could be the plan for maybe later on this episode, is do some fishing. Could work out kind of nicely too. What is that? Okay, that's a deer. And then that's a wolf way behind it. Cool, cool. We'll keep it going. Yeah, I kind of do like the fishing idea for later on. It's going to clear up too. Very nice. So yeah, we'll fish. And then if we get an Aurora after fishing, we can always just go back to Quonset and pick up a new trade. Seems kind of nice. Now, does his trades reset after you pick a trade? I can't remember. So, like, if we did matches, does just matches, that quest get replaced by another one? Or does the whole set of trades get replaced, if that makes sense? I wonder. We'll have to see. Because I knew a bag of salt was there. I think there was, like, more wool mittens or something. Kind of had some interesting stuff. That boat's just gone now, huh? Paddle's still here. Can totally break it down too. Hey, 2 reclaimed wood. I might just take that. Thought I heard some footsteps behind me. Alright, well that's cool. Maybe do a little walk around the island. I'm going to leave those fish there, because I very well just might take them in my travois that I'll have other fish in after I go fishing. So we'll pick them up along the way. Haven't been up here in about a day-ish in game. Kind of maybe have to be a little careful. Would like to see if there's any firewood around here. That would be a nice little pastime. Okay, I did hear the wolf. It's probably going to be out on the other side here. Look at all the sticks that were felled from the blizzard this morning. It's a deer. No more limbs up here. Huh. I chopped them all out of existence. Made the tree limbs go extinct a little bit. That's fine. Maybe, you know, chopping limbs at coastal, or at the, the coastal town site there, and Quonset is kind of a bit of a risk. So we'll have to see what we want to do in terms of that. Let's go ahead and eat another one. Nice. I think we had to make also some more water as well, if I'm recalling correctly, because we don't have a ton of this left. Or we have a good amount left, but we just don't have as much as I'd want. So maybe we'll start doing that. Wish I had a cooking pot. Maybe we can trade for one. Not sure. I'm gonna do it with the mag lens. I think that's a good thing, even though matches are just not a problem. So I think I'll throw some sticks on. I'm kind of scared to put the firewood log that I have on me right now on here, just because I don't know what the wind's gonna do for the next few hours. So I'll actually just do the sticks. Yeah, this should work. we'll start with that. All right, let's go back in here. We've got a lot of reclaimed wood now, which I like. And I've got a lot of this as well. So I think I'm just going to do my best to maybe separate all these out. They're going to be really heavy, though. There we go. Alrighty. So, this rug is kind of a little bit in the way. Let's take this. We'll put you there. Those are cured. We'll take those. Alright, let's separate our wood out. So, the 16 fir should go there, and then the 16 cedar can go there. And then, hey, you know what? Maybe we'll just put the fire log in the middle of it all. Right there. We have some books. Let's see, I got 1 book in there. We've got 5 in there. I can probably add a lot of this reclaimed in there. And then maybe some of the books too. That's actually not a bad idea. Okay. Nice. We have these to organize as well. This is not a repeat of last episode, I promise. It's just leftover things that we have to do. Just so everything is off the floor and away. I think we had 11 of these in our inventory. Or maybe 10, including the one we have now. But we'll just put them all in the front here. Nothing crazy. I do really, really like how this base turned out, though. I mean, this is like a top-tier base in terms of just organization and everything. This is one of the most organized bases that I've had, really ever, playing this game. And I've got a few thousand hours in this game, too, over the course of many years. So saying that is certainly not a small feat. But I tell you what helps that we didn't have a few years ago is base customization. That certainly helps get your base a lot more organized. So that's really nice. It's what the game needed, I think, was base customization. It's really what I think it needed. More possibilities, which is always great. Okay, great. Everything's off the floor here. Let's go back outside, tend to our water. Do we have any strong winds? No. Good. So maybe I could do like water in that, and then... yeah, let's do water in that, and then let's do some meat in the other one. Starting to get a little low on some food out here, so we'll just maybe get on that while we can. There we go. Laying everything out. Good. This is all gonna give us a nice little idea of how much food we have left. 5 minutes. Do a little more. I'm still gonna follow through with the sticks, I think. I don't want to do anything that's gonna put like an hour plus on the fire. Okay, so while that's all going, why don't we step out here? See that wind kicking up? That is why I do not do long fires out here. It's going in a favorable direction though, which is nice, but could easily switch around on us. Alright. 2 sticks out of that little walk. That works. We have 200 in here, I believe. Yep, 200 sticks in there. It's a nice little reserve to have. 9 minutes, 21 minutes. Do some more water. How much we have? Gallon 46. That's almost about where I want to be. Put a nice piece on there. Put 10 sticks on. Get a little bold with it. There we are. Awesome. Got some animal fat too. Can make a lot of stuff with this. And by a lot of stuff, I mean basically just cooking oil, which allows you to make a lot of stuff. Maybe we can get into that at some point as well. Now, I always see people in the comments, it's like, why don't you Why don't you take the flour and make the recipe and stuff? One of the things that I never got into in this game was making the recipes, and with all like the new food items and such. I know it could definitely help you out, but I've been doing just fine without them. Doesn't mean I'll never do it or anything, but it certainly is a little foreign to the way I am used to. All those hours without the cooking recipes I'm just used to. Okay, we're going to get an Aurora tonight, so we do have to be kind of conscious of that. I don't think I'm going to sleep at all, because I do want to sleep when I get to the Quonset garage. So, we'll do a few more pieces here. Let's maybe do a little bit of that. Okay, nice. That's a small piece. We'll leave that right there. Okay, I'm going to do one more water. 21. Yep, here we go. The Aurora going. 27. Okay, great. And then 6 minutes. Alrighty, let's put that there. Take that with me. 6 minutes on that. How much do I have there? I got 470 something. Be enough to fill me up. Excellent. Let's drink up. I'm going to drop a lot of this water, and we are just going to go. I think that's the plan. I really wish you could take another quest while at the trader to call him in. That'd be really nice. Let's do... Yeah, that works. Alright, let's get going. It's a dangerous voyage, but we've been fine so far. Let's get it going. Even though it's dangerous, it is very pretty out here. It is very pretty. Seeing all these mountains. I saw mountains in real life just a few days ago when I did a massive road trip. Oh my goodness. Went with my girlfriend. We drove, oh my goodness, what was it? It was like 46 hours in total we drove. All the way out to the Grand Canyon in Arizona, and then we ended it with Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado. Wow. I tell you what, I mean, the mountains, they look like these, except like just so many more of them, just all strung out. It's so amazing. And then you'll drive from Colorado to Oklahoma, and the landscape just goes from mountainous to just completely flat prairie. It is so cool just to see the terrain change as you drive. Very, very cool. No auroras, though. That's one thing this game has over that. No auroras. Can't get lucky enough. I've seen the Aurora twice in, maybe, technically 3 times in my life I've seen it. But the first time was the most vibrant. It was almost like this, but not overhead. It was more towards the horizon. It was up near the Canadian border. That was something. It's very pretty. If you want to go travel to see the lights, I highly, highly, highly recommend. It's very cool. Where do I have to go right now? I think it's going to be this way. Okay, that wolf is running right there. I can't believe I spotted that. He is moving. Okay, he stopped. I'm so scared out here. Oh. Why are we coming this way? Sorry, what? Come again, sir. It's like a drive-thru, except he didn't stop for his food. That's so funny. Alright. Take it easy, sir. That would have been... I gotta be honest, though. I would have been so upset if he attacked me there. I mean, I would have shot him, probably. And killed him, but... He literally ran right by. If he was angled like 2 more degrees to his left, he would have bagged some lunch. Although if I had that perfect lineup where he was coming right towards me, I certainly would have shot. Interesting. So there's an Aurora wolf right there, though. Which is why that other normal wolf ran. Look at this. This is just so pretty. The sounds, too, are awesome. I love the crackling. That's very, very nice. Alright, so let's hope maybe for a smooth little adventure through here. Arrival in Quonset. It always ends up with me sprinting into the door. So maybe we don't have that for a change? I don't know. We'll see. We have a lot of times, a lot of adventures over here, so I'm assuming one of those times we're going to bump into an Aurora bear. I just don't know when. And I'm fine not knowing when. Actually, I'm really not. I'm fine not bumping into him at all. As a matter of fact, because I can tell you what, level 5 rifle, not really going to do too much against an Aurora bear. It's going to take probably multiple shots, unless you get insanely lucky. Which we have gotten insanely lucky before, I will say. I remember with that cougar in Bleak Inlet, we one-shotted him. Just pretty wild. Okay. There's an Aurora wolf right there, but he's minding his business. Alright. Awesome. So, calling in the trade that it's complete. That's basically all we do here, huh? Let's see. Signal trader to complete trade. There we go. Alright, is he unavailable? Yep. Okay. Well, that's all he kind of had to do. And I'm still kind of not tired. So maybe I tell you what I do. I tell you what, I go over to Misanthrope Island and we stay the night there. How about that? I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm only leaving out of here right now because we were just outside, so I kind of know what's over here. So, we'll just continue. So we'll try to... I'm sure as heck going to be taking the safe way over to Misanthrope, though. I'm not going to be cutting through, or am I? Might make a series of bad choices here. I think I'm going to try to cut through and just get into the island. To the house without too much problem. Could really always just sleep in a fishing hut too if I really wanted. It's like that little flash through the woods. That's pretty cool, actually. That's cool. We saw that the first time coming in there. Alright, the Aurora can go out anytime now. It would actually do me a pretty big favor if it did. But, okay, I'm going to try to maybe cut up that way. And see what I can perhaps do. Actually, you know what? You know what I'll do? I'm actually going to sleep in a fishing hut. And I'm only going to do that because of the cabin fever risk. Because we were inside like all day yesterday organizing, and we slept a little bit in the Quonset garage too. So I actually think that maybe sleeping outside here in the fishing hut is not a bad idea. 62 degrees with everything on, plus basically 10 degrees, so 72. We shouldn't get cold, but I'm not going to do long stretches either. Okay, it's getting a little windy. Really just out here peeking around for a respawned bear. which I really don't want in town, but it's fine. Okay, let's do another 3 hours. Aurora stopped. Okay, how we looking? I like the door here. It's very cozy. Okay, we'll just stay inside. We have no reason to go outside. Okay. Let's do an hour. Don't know if that's going to take us to morning. Let's take a look. Almost. Almost. Don't see anything out the window there. Okay, cool. Well, we're just kind of sitting in here now. 49 degrees. So, really not bad. Really not bad. Got a bunch of stuff that I still want to drop that I didn't drop when I was back at base, but that is okay. Did I drop? Oh, I did drop the cleaning kit. The rifle cleaning kit. That is something I would have done if I had it on me. Okay. Not a problem. Alright, well, hey, favorite thing to do. Pass a little bit of time here. There we go. Just enough to get some morning daylight in. Got that wolf out there. I'm going to move in this, actually. I don't really mind. And I'll try to just cut right up the hill there. Shouldn't be a problem. I hope it's not a problem. We'll see, though. Now, as far as I know, I don't think the bear ever goes on the island. I can recall kind of-ish a long, long time ago. Maybe I saw the bear kind of up here. But I have to be honest, I really can't say for certain that I've ever seen him up here. Also, this was not a highlight choice of mine, was it? Oh, I'm just him, though. Look at this. Yeah, that's what 1,000 hours in the long dark can buy you right there. It's not much, but it's honest work. Alright. Do I want to die? No. Am I gonna tempt fate? Yeah. Okay. Hello? Is anyone up here? No response is good. By the way. Okay, let's just head down here. We're good. We're gonna collect our goodies and we're gonna go, hey, look at, he's in town. Very cool. How are you, sir? Got some company. Yeah, I tell you what would look nice. Tell you what. Say cheese, sir. All the way over there. Say cheese. I'm sure he's posing. Hey, 12 matches, yay. Thanks for that, I guess. Took all my resources for 12 matches. I gotta be honest, that trade was the easiest one we've done so far, though, so I'm not too mad about it. I mean, it's just 2 firwoods that I chopped on the way, and then 5 lichen that I just found nearby. For 12 matches, actually, that's got to be one of his rare W's right there for a good deal. Because if I was an interloper, and say I just like found 2 firwoods and just had 5 lichen on me, I mean, that's easy matches. And I know matches in interloper is really not a horrible... It's not hard to find. But if you were like really, really in need and you just happen to have the resources for a nice trade, could save your life. Now that's obviously, of course, if you make it over to the Quonset Garage and you do all the trades and all the navigating the Auroras and going back and forth. So kind of a bit of labor involved. It's not too bad though. Alright, oh, some weak ice, not gonna do that. I could actually maybe go fishing today, too. How many tackle do I have? I've got 2, huh? I tell you what, let's maybe fish the day away. That'll allow me to take that fish over there and start bringing it up as well. Won't be too bad. Yeah, we're gonna have probably a blizzard coming in, but we're gonna be nice and warm regardless. I actually need some food. Let me actually head back home, because I'm not trying to eat my inventory of food. Would like to keep that on me, especially the cattails too, because we don't have a lot of them, and he might very well want cattails to be traded. It's a shame right now because I would totally try to bring up all that fish right now, but I'm just so heavy. Could probably bring up 1. At that point, I'm just not going to bother. We used a lot of sticks last night for our fire. And start making that all back. How much fish can I carry without it being too crazy? Okay. That's good. Just take 1 up. That's fine with me. Get a little sprint in. How are we doing for daylight? Well, it's morning. For some reason, I thought it was just a lot later. Okay, we shouldn't get met by a wolf up here. Yeah, there's like 0 wolves around. Okay, great. Just one more little check around the island, make sure there's no like sticks or anything. Try to promote that respawn of the limbs as best as I can. I don't see any. I really see none at all. Hi, rabbit. You could actually be a fun day activity. So that sleep though in the fishing hut, kind of a smart move, I think, because we didn't have to hike all the way to dangerous Misanthrope during an Aurora, which is always a nice thing. So probably a good call. I don't see any other rabbits actually. Maybe I'm finally getting the rabbit die off too. Alright, we'll run up here. I'm gonna take a bit of my food. Drop this for now. That is not the pile I want to eat from. This is the pile. If I scarfed down like a raw bear meat, oh, I would have been so mad. Alright, let's take you and go inside. So before I harvest the rabbit out, let's just drop a lot of the extra stuff that I have. I did have this pry bar too. I have a feeling the pry bar is going to be a little too big for really anything. Actually, maybe not. Move you right there. And yes, I can put you right here. Maybe I'll reverse the way it goes. Let's see. Okay, well, I thought I could. Maybe there was more room this way. Ish, but that, you know what? That actually works. I'm happy with that. If anything, I'd probably move the pry bar towards the back, but I'm okay with that right now. Look at this shelf. Very, very nice. We got a little bit of water, too, that we got to go ahead and sort. I can do that a little later. But in the meantime, yes, got more flares. That's kind of unfortunate, because our flare shelf is very full. I almost kind of wonder if flares should be that one thing that I kind of maybe move. Man, I don't know where I would move my flares. Gotta be honest, I don't know. While I think about it, I'll organize some water. Don't really know where I would put more flares. That'll be something for me to figure out. Maybe like on the kitchen tables back there, perhaps? That shelf isn't a bad spot either. On the very bottom of that, we can just put like a lot of our normal flares, and then the marine flares can go elsewhere. That's a small water bottle. Okay. Good. Alrighty. So let me... That's going to be tough to take all these, huh? It's going to make it very, very difficult to grab all the flares. Yeah, extremely difficult. I kind of figured, but alright, we'll take the matches too. We'll figure something out with them. I guess with that said, we could really put some lamp fuel up here, right? And maybe reserve this bottom spot for something. Not sure. Gonna just try to... Yeah, we're gonna locate that one to use. Stump remover. No. That's fine. Yeah, maybe we could move some of the lamp fuel up there. But the jerry cans are a little bit too big, so those will probably just end up staying there. Alright. If I lay flares sideways up here, maybe, just maybe, I can lay them right next to each other. There we go. How's that look? Not the worst. Let's try doing that for all of them. It's a lot of flares, so we're going to have to try to do our best to get them as close to each other as possible. There we go. We'll swing that flare around, put that there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, not an organizational episode, who? But that's okay. You know, nice base, then you're going to enjoy staying here. If you have a nicely organized base and everything. Actually, this worked out pretty well, laying the flares like this. Should have probably started with that, and then we can actually have more than enough room to put the marine flares on this shelf as well. So no need to take up other shelf space. Can do that with something else. Alright, 3 of those. Those should all, I think, fit on this shelf right here. Nah, probably only going to be able to get 2. Yeah, it kind of seems like it-ish. Yeah, not a problem. Come on. There we go. That works for now. And the other flare can go right there. Excellent. It works. Alrighty. So, let's maybe pick up one of these and refill the lantern. That is the wrong lantern. Oh, goodness. That's okay. Got 4 of these, though. That's cool. Let's move this a little farther back, maybe. Yeah. Come on. Okay, that one just cannot be placed, so... Nice. Very cool. We got 4 lanterns. That's kind of crazy. That's a little crazy. Alright, and no more lamp fuel. Good. We'll drop the spray paint. I'll just keep that back here, maybe. I guess maybe spray paint could perhaps go down here. Actually. Take this. Maybe I'll put you right here, so you're at least a little visible. Cool. Alrighty. Anything else? So the sticks, gonna probably drop a majority of them outside. Now we're about to thirst to death. Let me see. Yeah. Drink up a little bit. Alright. A venison. Can't go wrong. And then the sticks. We'll drop all of them. Alright, so lichen is going to go in the freezer, and then the cured stuff is going to go in the fridge. That's also cured, and that's also cured. Very nice. That's also cured. So we'll start with the lichen in there, and then we'll do all the cured stuff in here. Nice. Got a bit of a collection going on. Is this cured? No, almost though. Put that there. Very cool, very cool. Everything's kind of working out. We got 14 pieces of cloth. Wow. Let's put 10 away. I'll keep the fishing tackle on me just because I do actually think that I'll probably go fishing at some point. The matches. Yeah, I think the matches are actually going to stay in here. That's where they're going to reside. Got a lot of them. A lot to put down, so. Okay, quality tools. Can maybe just put another set, like right here or something. That works. And I think that's really it for what I want to put down. We got more matches too. What the heck? In here, everybody, thank you. I'll drop that cedar wood as well in that pile. And maybe we can actually start making some other stuff too, if we don't want to fish. I kind of think I do want to fish because it's still pretty early in the day. Got a lot of weight too, a lot of carry weight left over for ourselves, which is great. Let's put the cattails also away. Where would I like to put them? Probably just in here. Yeah, I'm cool with that. That works. Alrighty. Let's maybe get going. Yeah, let's get going. Get that rabbit in there too, in the house that we can harvest whenever we're bored. That'll be good. Alright, onward. We've trekked a lot in these last few episodes. Done a lot of walking in this region. Not a bad thing, keeps us healthy, right? What is this? Is that more shoes? I think that is more shoes. Oh yeah, look at that. Cloth. Lichen I'll take. I'll keep taking the leather shoes. I mean, it is just, at the end of the day, it is more cured leather. So I guess the claims that cured leather is a non-renewable resource is kind of out the window with beachcombing. I mean, granted, you gotta rely on blizzards and stuff, but you can find cured leather. How much does that give us, too, if we tear it down? It should give us 2. It does. Okay, great. I was gonna say, you got 2 shoes, it should be 2 cured leather, and not 1. I think there's a boot, type of, like, boots that give you just 1 cured leather for tearing them down. It's like, there's 2 of them in the pair. A little weird. Alright, though, do I have my pry bar on me? I do. We have another pry bar back at base, and we have very limited containers around the world now that are locked, so I'm going to use that instead of my hatchet. Let's do it. I'm pretty sure we've explored really... I mean, we've been in every single region, maybe except for the Keeper's Passes, which we'll probably get to at some point. So, I don't know. Alright, let's do 4 hours. Catch anything big. Any rare fish, too, I'd like to catch. There we go. Don't know if you can catch some of the rare fish, maybe in Coastal Highway. Maybe you gotta go to, like, a lake or something. Maybe, like, Crystal Lake in Timberwolf Mountain. It's a nice one. Oh, that's a big one. Nice, level 4 in ice fishing, so we're going to start catching a lot of stuff here. Let's just read what that does, because it's been a long time before I've even touched level 4 in ice fishing. So, let's see. You are fantastic at ice fishing. You seem to catch fish more often, more quickly, and somehow you get the bigger ones too. Plus 10% to average fish weight. Fish time reduced by 20%, and only a 3% chance of a line break on catch. That's very, very helpful, actually. So we should be able to just be catching fish left and right here. There we go. Let's actually see the calories on the next one. Eh. A small rainbow trout doesn't really matter. No. Okay, 1600. Alright. Come on, Aurora. Can we get one? Perhaps, maybe? I don't know. I'll do a little more fishing, though. If we get an Aurora tonight, I might just walk over to Quonset just in case. Okay. Ah, it broke. Hate to see that. I think I'm actually good on fishing, question mark? Ish, maybe? I don't know. Let's take a look outside here. This is a pretty safe fishing hut. Meaning nothing really wanders over here. Do I want to break out the travois, or do I just want to leave all of that stuff here? I think I'm probably just going to want to leave it here. So because I'm doing that, we'll just do one more hour. Nice catch right there. It snapped again. 3% who for this line break chance. Come on. Boy. Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to the house. And I'm going to sleep a little bit. I'm not going to sleep the entire night, but I'll sleep maybe like 3 hours. So we can kind of have a chance at an Aurora. And if we get one, I'll just leave and we'll go to Quonset, do that whole run again. It's a bit annoying how I can't just move the radio. I'd love to just pocket it and just move it over to Jackrabbit here. That would make my life incredibly easy. But I bet you that's exactly why the game does not allow you to do that. It'd be a little too easy. You'd have people moving the radio into Misanthrope and just doing their trades from there. Man, imagine you could do that. You could make like yourself like a little empire. Little trading company. Ooh, there's a branch right here. Yep, that's mine. No Aurora. I just had to chop that because if I went inside and then come back out, sometimes the limbs do despawn. I know that glitch very well from Timberwolf Mountain. You go inside the Mountaineer's hut and then you come back out and the firewood's all gone. Okay, awesome. Still gonna do what I initially wanted to do and sleep a few hours. I think I'm just gonna put in 3. So if we get an Aurora, we'll have time to kind of react. But other than that, I don't really think tonight's the night for it. We'll see though. I have been proven wrong before. Yeah, not really seeing it, but maybe I'll step outside though. Just take a look. Yeah, no. Okay. Pretty safe on sleeping through the entire night. I think I'm just going to do it anyway. Or maybe I'll do 2 hours. If we get an Aurora this late into the night, it's going to have to be a decision on whether or not we want to risk going. Because by the time we get to Quonset, a good chance the Aurora will end. Which would be kind of tragic. Alright. Let's do 5 hours. And when we wake up, we'll maybe go outside. We'll do a little bit more fishing. And we'll see where that kind of takes us. Okay, awesome. Slowly but surely collecting some of this firewood that we need, which is great. Drop some of that. We actually need to drop off the matches that we got from the trader too. Go ahead and do that. Tinder plug in there. The ruined leather shoes could probably go underneath this cabinet here, like we put the rest of them. Or sorry, this little bench there, the table. Don't have enough room, so we'll just put it next to it. Okay. How many fishing tackle? 1, 2, got 4. Okay. Not a problem. That will work out, I think. That fire log right there, maybe. Okay. Is this almost cured? No. It's like halfway. 83 on the black bear hide. Not bad. The rabbit also needs to be harvested at some point. And I think we're ready to go out and go fishing again. Actually, hold on. That could have been a little tragic. We need to eat a little bit before we go. Do a full day of fishing. Typical morning out here. Overcast. And I gotta start making some more food, I think, too. Probably not a bad thing. Okay, let's leave from here. I think we're good. 68 pounds in the inventory. Not bad. Go down here. There's always a chance for a wolf spawning in down here. But I have yet to see it. Alright, we'll grab these fish on the way back, because I am planning on travoying a lot of my fish back to the homeland later today. Yeah, I think overall though, just like Coastal Highway in general, pretty nice area. It really is. Because you've got the beachcombing, you've got the trader, the trading box is right there. Jackrabbit's a very solid bet for early game. Lots of rabbits. Let's get off the ice there. A lot of rabbits, a lot of fishing huts around. It's a very beginner-friendly region. I'd say that beginnerness, though, goes away when you go inland. And then it becomes a little more intermediate just because of the hills and such. And the wildlife. I can't really see it around the bends. Alright, so let's do another 4 hours of fishing. 1,100 calories. 1,400 there. Very nice. Well, there's no shortage of food when you're this high. Hey, look at the rockfish. Look at his eyes. He looks kind of cool. Scaly. 14, almost 1,500 calories though. He's heavy. He's definitely heavy. Our travois might be filled up to the max. We'll move that aside. Could actually mount him, I think, too. Yeah, it could be an interesting way to go. Now it says I can craft tackle. I've never gotten into the crafting fishing tackle and such. Improves the odds when fishing. It's not really what I need though. I'll be honest. Can use wires. I mean, it's pretty cheap, don't get me wrong, but this is certainly more beginning level when your fishing skill is not up to par and you're kind of struggling. That's when I would make a fishing lure. Okay. Yeah, all this fish though is very high in vitamin C, which is good because that means scurvy really has no chance messing with us when we're eating fish, which is nice. My goodness, we're just catching them left and right. It's a blizzard outside, so we're going to keep fishing. There we go. Let's do another 2. Try not to have this blizzard impact us too much. Might get a little thirsty. There we go. Drink up a little bit, and we'll fish some more. Just waiting for this thing to pass. Okay. Awesome. What's not really awesome, though, is the weather. The longer we wait, the longer I really don't want to... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, the more I really don't want to travoy everything home. But maybe I just will anyway. Wow, that's a lot of fish. Good chance that we fill this up completely here, I would say. Pretty decent chance. Let's open it up. Get the crackers back. Okay. I cannot access the fishing hut like this. There we go. Got one fish there. Bunch of fish here. I might actually just sleep a little bit in here too, so I'm not completely heavy. I can't move with that much fish on me. Wow. Who's the big boy? It's certainly the rockfish, isn't it? Yeah, 11 pounds is unreal. Okay. I am gonna put down my bedroll. And I'm actually gonna sleep 2 hours. Wait for this wind to pass. Get a little bit of energy back. There we go. Okay, cool. Got a little bit of energy to work with now. I think that's it for all the fish. I think so. I will load all of them in here. Oh, wow, can't carry anymore. That's crazy. Put it all here then. Okay. Let's drink a little bit, and I'm going to pretty much just drag all of this stuff back with us. 65% travois. It's going to be pretty slow, but... yeah, look at that. Eek. A little slow. That's okay. It's a lot faster than it would have been carrying it all in my inventory. I think the nicest and like most kind of overpowered thing about the travois is that the meat does not like... the meat doesn't smell when it's inside of it. I mean, that's a game changer, you know? That is pretty good when you're in a tough situation. Timberwolf Mountain surrounded by wolves. Gotta harvest it out and take it back to the mountaineer's hut. It's a good situation to have this. Is that a limb right here? No, I think it's just rock. Actually, no, it looks like it's just shadow from the tree. Yeah, looks like it's just shadows. Try to take out my gun, even though I knew I couldn't, but I still tried it anyway. Alright, I think the goal will be just to try to get this as close to the house as possible, without too much conflict. But there's a solid chance that I'm not able to get up the hill. So maybe in that case, I'll just take the longer way. Yeah, definitely might have to. I'm not gonna get up there. Alright. Longer way it is. It's so dark here. There's shadow even though there's like no moon out. It's interesting. A little paranoid, but we're okay. Should be able to dump a lot of this stuff off, no problem. Okay, slowly but surely. There we go. Making some good ground, though, with this. Please don't be too steep. We're good. Very nice. Let me see the path that this left. I can't see it because it's dark. What is over here with me? Kinda don't like that sound. There's another limb right here. Okay. Don't know what that was, but I know what this is. A limb, and we're gonna take it for the firewood. Good. Maybe nah, we'll just leave it right here. It's fine. Okay. Let's try to... my goodness. Insane how heavy this is. I just need to drop it all. Okay, that wolf is kind of close, it sounds like, so I'm going to maybe do this another day. And in the meantime, we'll eat something up real quick. Put this away. We'll eat another thing. Definitely need to get some food on the grill here. Don't have a lot of that. But at least tonight, though, it doesn't seem like an Aurora is going to be... Oh, yeah, no, definitely not. It's sunrise, too, so we're actually going to have to get some solid sleep. Let's try for it. In the morning, I'll get up and we'll transport all that fish out. And perhaps start cooking some as well. There's a blizzard outside, of course. But I do have enough energy for 2 more hours. Alright. Cool. How is the Kieran doing? 83, 92, perfect. Let's go back outside. I know there's a blizzard going on, but we'll try to haul some of the meat over here again. There we go. Yep, we'll try to just do that. Very slow. That salmon weighs a lot. Let's drop it all here. We'll drop it all right here. Okay. 11 pounds for that rockfish is wild, by the way. Alright. Cool stuff. Any sticks? No? I'm gonna pick that up. And we're gonna go right back inside. Okay. Let's start maybe organizing a little bit of my inventory. Probably not a whole lot to do, but there is at least some stuff I can drop. Is that fur? Got a good bit of it. Can actually probably do some crafting here shortly with a lot of the firewood that we've gathered over the last episode. Nothing I really want to do there. Could repair the rifle when the time comes. I think for now, though, got some more cloth. Where do I keep getting this cloth, by the way? I've gotten so much of it lately. But that's cool. That's any of them ruined? That's ruined. Could certainly start tearing this stuff down, but once I tear it down, I don't get it back. So we're going to have to be a little careful with it. How much water do I have? Not a lot at all. Alright, so I'm going to grab that entire row. Nice. Okay, yeah, really waiting for that blizzard to kind of end. Maybe in the meantime I can do a little bit of crafting. What do I think I want, though? Let's take a look. Maybe in here first. Let's see. This shelf is working out. This one right here. I would love to maybe have another tall rustic shelf, but this shelf is also working out pretty nicely. Okay, let's take a look and just see. So, anything else in there? No, it's just this. Okay. Rustic chair, good on that. Rustic table. We do still need to make a workbench, don't we? We don't have a workbench. We could actually start up on that pretty soon. Yeah, look at this. There's more fish to catch. A red Irish lord. There's a gold eye. The rockfish we've gotten. Burbot, whatever that is. Yeah, there's still a little bit to be had. Maybe what we do, though, is make a meat carrying box. Could certainly do that. No need for a bed. The workbench. That's really kind of what we need. 10 fur for this. A salt-filled carrying box for meat or fish. Perhaps. Let's actually do the workbench. So we need the tools, obviously, the workbench of ice, and 15 cedar firewood. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's see. 14, 15, and we got a nice bit left over, too. The woodworking tools going to take, and then the workbench of ice, we can finally put that to use, wherever it is. There we go. Okay, cool. Is that going to be enough to start crafting? That is going to be enough. Good. Okay. Large completed and in progress items are added to the work... Oh, okay, I already know that. Okay, great. Yeah, here we go with the workbench. We'll do maybe 2-3 hours. a good start, I think. Might just do another 2 hours. Cabin fever might be making an appearance soon, I won't lie. Although fishing the last few days has certainly been a little helpful in that regard. So maybe not. Nice. Okay, great. So we'll do maybe as much as we can with the remaining daylight we have. 2 hours. Not going to pull it off, but we'll get close. There we go. Okay, well, we've got that in progress, so that's good. I don't quite know where I'm going to put it. Actually, I probably do know where I'm going to put it. It's probably not going to be in this room. It's probably going to be in this room here. We'll find somewhere, maybe like in the corner there or something to put the workbench. But for now, let's go to bed. Let's do maybe 4 hours in case we get an Aurora to spark up. Because unfortunately, we kind of have to jump on every Aurora we have to get this progression going with the trader. To grind, but... Okay, this is not Aurora weather, so we'll go back in. What time is it now? Okay, let's do another 2 hours. In case we get one. Okay, doesn't look like it, but I will go out this way just to check, because we need a little bit of a bite to eat right now. Yeah, no, it doesn't really look too favorable for an Aurora tonight, which is fine. I wasn't really in the mood to go to the coastal town site anyway. So, we'll just play it off as, oh darn, that's too bad. Okay, a little water needs to happen, a little food needs to happen. We'll take note of that when we wake up, maybe. I think kind of the priority, though, when we wake up, is going to be the workbench. So, that'll kind of be a thing. Okay, let's rest up completely. We'll do 4 hours. We'll be fully energized for the first time in like 3 days. So that'll be good. Awesome. Alright. We do have a little bit of sun right now. So I think what I'll do is... Where is... I'm totally lost in this house right now. Okay, that is the other room right there. Behind us is going to be the other room, so the furniture, yep, right there. Okay, great. Let's do 5 hours on the workbench. Get this nice and crafted. Haven't had a reason to really need a workbench yet, but to make fishing tackle and such, and especially like new clothing, if we do choose to make it, needs to happen with a workbench, obviously. So it'll be good to have in the house. We don't have to travel to the fishing huts over there. Sorry, the fishing cabins or Quonset. So that's nice. Okay, great. There is our... Oh, that's cured. And that's cured. Nice. We'll put those both in here. Very good. Okay, great. So, we have this little open area back here. I'm kind of wondering maybe if you want to put it back there. Might even just put the workbench, in all honesty, like right there. And I can just kind of put this table in the corner. It's probably the better move. Okay, why do I just have a floating cup right there? That's cool, I guess. Let us go into the container. We'll deploy this. Well, that's interesting. It's just got the quality tools on it, but that's exactly where I'm going to have the quality tools. This is a big workbench. Oh boy. I didn't expect that to be that big. Let's just move it over here then. Yeah, honestly, probably like... I can move it back here too. That's weird. I'm not going to do that because that just does not look good. Yeah, I might just keep it right here, to be honest. Maybe just like a little bit favored on this side. Yeah. I think that's unfortunately going to have to be where it goes. It doesn't look the best, but it is something. Actually, doesn't look bad either, though. The quality tools right there. Great. Awesome. We have our workbench. We are pretty energized, so tonight's Aurora chance, we should be in a pretty good spot. Could actually maybe commence some cooking as well. Let's go around here, though. I'm already seeing a lot of stuff that can be harvested. Check out if there's any limbs around. I like that deer down there, too. That was always a classic wolf spawn, so having that deer down there is pretty nice. And also, I'm certainly going to probably let this hatchet probably break. Or I won't let it break, but I'm going to take it down to like 2% before I do any repairs on it. For science, I guess you could say. It's not really for science. I wanted to use the bad hatchet before I use my nice one. Okay. Now there's a branch up here. There's another stick over there. We do need to eat something fairly soon, which is not a problem. We'll just go around here. Eat the bear meat. Yeah, gotta cook some water, gotta cook some food. We'll probably get on that as we wait for an Aurora this evening. Probably got at least 3 hours of cooking stuff we could probably do. So, let's reorganize this pile. Very nice. Take these sticks. Actually, we'll keep all of them on us because I think we'll probably start a fire here in a minute. So, I think that's all I'm going to do for this episode. In the next episode, obviously, we're going to get on cooking. We're going to wait for an Aurora. And just more progress with the trader. We're going to keep filling this place up. A really top tier base we have right here. I mean, just look at this. This is so awesome. Just trying to think. I want to rearrange some of these shelves, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think that's fine. Nice. We got a nice base. So next episode, we'll do some cooking. We will go around, play with the trader, do all that good stuff. Basically, just more progress. So if you all made it this far, as always, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you all in the next episode.